What does faith in a higher power mean to you?
Well, Hadley, I think that I've always felt that there is a higher power, and I've grown up with the idea of faith.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Sunday school from when I was a tiny little child. We were Presbyterians, and in the summertime we would go to my grandmother's, we would go to the Catholic Church.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked that just as much as the Presbyterian Church.
Yeah.
When I was about your age, my grandmother wanted to give me a missal, and I didn't take it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure of my exact words. I probably said, "Oh, Grandma, I can't take that." I'm sure I said nothing but no.
Yeah.
And now, all these years later, I wish that I had taken it. I would find it very comforting.
Mm-hmm.
It would be wonderful to have a book that meant a lot to her.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that I don't have it.
Yeah.
So I have grown up with faith and the idea of a higher power. And I know all people don't,
Mm-hmm.
because I know of people who wish they did.
Yeah.
I had a friend whose grandson was killed in an automobile accident, and she said, I wish I had faith. I wish I had believed in a higher power,
Yeah.
but I don't. And it was a perfect example of someone who has no idea of what it's about.
Yeah. Why do you think it is important for people to have a religion or faith life?
I think it is comforting. It makes you feel you're not totally alone in this world.
Mm-hmm.
And even though you cannot even maybe verbally express what it means to you in concrete terms,
Mm-hmm.
you're aware of it.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for people who don't have that.
Yeah.
I think it's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a plus. It makes your life richer. It makes your life, you can have a conversation with a higher power,
Yeah.
which is prayer.
Yeah.
You would have a conversation. I mean, I say my prayers every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
It's good to have a relationship with somebody.
With the spiritual,
Yeah. Spiritual relationship.
not just physical relationships.
Yes. Yeah.
But a spiritual relationship.
Yeah.
And I've gone to churches and synagogues and seen the Pope.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm interested in all religions.
Yeah.
I'm interested in all religions.
Yeah. So, what was the most significant moment in your faith life and why?
Well, I guess I would have to pick more than one, because I could easily have died in childbirth. And when they got me on a gurney at Emmanuel Hospital,
Mm-hmm.
I said the Lord's Prayer over and over and over again as this woman was mopping my face.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember that. I still remember the woman who took care of me
When was this?
when Garth was born.
Okay, so when my dad was born.
Mm-hmm. I also, another time was after I was divorced, and I sat in church, and I remember that Bible verse about the lilies in the field neither work nor something or other,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and the Lord takes care of them,
Yeah.
you know. And I sat there with no job, wondering how to take care of myself, and I prayed about that,
Yeah.
because that was just very disturbing. I mean, I couldn't see the answers.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the answer. I couldn't see a solution. And so that was another time that was a very traumatic time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Those are two instances. But there have been many more.
Yeah.
I remember one time, years ago, we were driving from Chicago to Champaign, Illinois. My husband was driving, Tom was driving, and he thought the road went ahead, so he passed a great big bus, and the road didn't go straight ahead, it turned, and we almost had a head-on collision with a car coming around that curve. I mean, there's the curve in the bus.
Oh, crazy.
And we felt so blessed that we were not killed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty spectacular.
So I mean, those are dramatic, big things. But I'm reminded of that sense of spiritual life practically daily.
Yeah.
Little things happen, you know. Little things happen.
Yeah.
So I feel blessed.
Yeah. So, what do you wish someone would have told you about life when you were my age?
Well, I think that you want your parents to give you confidence and love and encouragement. And realize that you're going to have to be making choices.
Yeah, hard choices.
And choices have consequences. And every time you make a choice, you are eliminating another possibility.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I think you have to be very aware. And I think you have to keep communicating.
Yeah.
You have to keep communicating.
Yeah, for me, I'm just glad that, because my parents have always taught me that like your choices will like shape your life for like the rest of your life, or even if they're small choices, like now when you're a teen, like this is your time to like learn about how to make the right choices, and then once you're out of the house and you're on your own, that's when you like put all that learning and that practice into action, and like that's when you use all your knowledge about making choices and how each choice affects something different.
That's right.
So I'm like, personally, I'm glad that that's what like my parents valued. That's what they taught me. So I mean, I'm sure that's what you valued too. So
but that's
what you passed on.
In your home, you talked about things like that.
Yeah.
They expect you to go to college.
Yeah.
Yeah, as mine expected me to.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't drum us.
Yeah.
You know, but it was just growing up, that's the way it was.
Yeah.
Going to church on Sunday, that was the way it was.
Yeah.
And at one point, when I was at Maryville College, which is a Presbyterian school, I thought I wanted to be a missionary.
Yeah. That's real. I mean, that's realistic, though.
You know, if the Peace Corps had been in operation, I would have joined it.
Yeah.
I would have, but there was no Peace Corps.
Yeah.
So the only thing I could think of was to be a missionary.
Yeah.
So I wrote to the Presbyterian Board of Missions. This is just with a bachelor's degree, nothing beyond that. But I thought I'd like to be a missionary. Well, you have to do a lot more than I realized to be a missionary.
Yeah.
So anyhow, after I was working as a copywriter in Chicago, I got a letter from the Presbyterian Board of Missions, and they wanted me to go, I think it was to Puerto Rico, and I think the salary was like $100 a year.
Yeah.
Well, my dad was furious when I even suggested being a missionary.
Yeah.
He couldn't believe it. As if this school had changed me, you know.
Yeah.
But, so I mean, I was interested in that kind of work.
Yeah.
But never did it,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, and that's like one choice, like your choice, you know. What if you would have like been really serious about it? That's like one choice affecting another. If you would have been really serious about it and would have gone after that.
Making $100 a year and married another missionary and put,
yeah,
and you know,
who knows what would have happened.
That's right.
Probably wouldn't be interviewing you right now.
Right. But I mean, so the whole idea of choices is so important.
Yeah.
And the importance of choices.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like the school you're in now is a different kind of school than if you were at Lincoln High School.
Yeah.
You get a different kind of education.
Yeah. So, what words of wisdom would you like to share with me today?
Well, as your grandmother, Hadley, I would say be true to yourself. You know yourself, respect yourself, and don't squelch anything about you. I mean, just grow and blossom and explore and change. And life is not always filled with positives. When you have a negative experience, you flunk a course, you go to the wrong college, you know, you have to start over or something, but get up and keep going.
Yeah.
And always share your emotions and both the good and the bad with your parents, your family. You know, if you make a bad choice, admit it and go on. It's not forever.
Yeah.
But be true to yourself, because there's only one you, and you don't want to be like someone else. I want you to be you.
Well, thank you for doing this interview with me, Grandma. It was really fun, and it was nice to talk to you about faith and your ideas about faith and your beliefs. So, thank you.